ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाम्य दिव्य छवि सुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। एवरीवन, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Very special and warm thanks to devotees came from all over from Canada. Long drive. Thank you so much for coming and blessing this evening. So prior to I begin something, I'd like to request Hemant Prabhu to speak few words. And after Hemant Prabhu, then I will take over. Hemant ji, Hari Bol. So today, English or Hindi? Whatever the host says.
No, whatever the Sangha wants. I can translate if it's needed, but maybe we can do alternate days. Maybe yesterday you did Hindi, today we can do English.
ठीक है.
But tomorrow is anyway. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Narayana Swami Iti Namine. Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. I'm not a speaker, but Maharaj has ordered me. So Maharaj has been speaking such a sweet Hari Katha, and thing is, like when Maharaj speak, I remember things, but then I forget all the time. But yesterday Maharaj spoke such a wonderful Hari Katha, and when Prabhuji asked a question between the Dwarika and Vraj, so there's a very nice Hari Katha which Gurudev always used to narrate, and I was remembering that one time Krishna was performing some sickness pastime, and actually Naradji is doing his Leela, Naradji Leela. So Krishna wanted to actually establish the prem of gopis, that Radharani and Gopi's prem is so high, and so when Krishna got sick, everybody got worried, and Balramji and everybody was trying to find, and then Vaidya says, oh, some devotees' foot dust can cure, and so they says, okay, where, so they were asking all the Rukmini, Satyabhama and all the devotees in Dwarika, and they're like, are you kidding? He said, Lord, we will go to hell, so we cannot. So everybody said no, no, no. Then even Mathuravasi said no, and when Naradji went to Gopis, गुरुदेव कहते हैं भर भर के उन्होंने अपनी व्रज धूली दी भर भर के. So so when Narad ji says, तुम्हें गोपियाँ डर नहीं लगता कि तुम क्या कर रही हो? तो गोपी कहते हैं हम कितने ही hell में रह लेंगी but कृष्ण को कष्ट नहीं होना चाहिए. So Gurudev used to narrate this pastime amazingly, and then Maharaj ji was saying other pastime. I was remembering this, so I just wanted to, like, I know I am not doing the proper justification. There is so many tattva and so many. It is quite a long pastime, but since I am not a good speaker, I'll just be quiet here. Vancha kalpatarvasya kripa sindhu vaivacha patitanam pavya vaishnavam.
Okay. Back to me. Those who can't see me because of phone can please scatter here or left or right. If you want to see me, otherwise. हाँ कर लो जो करना है. मानसी दी कुछ बोलेंगी? बोलो ना. Okay, so today's topic. I want to ask the audience, shall we continue with Dwarka and Vrindavan? Or have a question was been asked by Radharaman Prabhu? What is the meaning of chant and be happy? Whereas we hear from Srila Gurudev, we have to cry while we chant. So what is the comparison between the two statements? So option 1 is Dwarka, Vrindavan. Option 2 is chant and be happy. What's
Chant and be happy.
What do you want?
Chant and be happy.
we have not finished yet Dwarka and Vrindavan.
Okay, then let's finish that
No.
because it's in continuation.
We still have one
Democracy.
democracy. We still have 1 week, right?
Yes.
We'll hear
Maharaj,
both.
yes, sir. I'll remind you actually about Dwarka.
Today he wants his answer.
Yesterday
24
your
hours.
question was-
For 1 hour. Hello?
फिर बंद हो गया क्या मुझसे?
मैंने कुछ नहीं किया.
Hare Krishna. Even the mic don't like me.
No, Maharaj, it's not that. It's
Hare Krishna.
बेटा ठीक है.
Mike is Maya.
Can you all hear me like this?
Yes,
Yes.
Then no need mic.
so we maybe have to
एक
come
second.
forward.
फिर इस
Please come forward and I'm loud enough. It's audible.
He's told us.
नाखून मत खा. Okay. Chant and be happy, right? You
But
have,
why
to,
we have to cry?
you have to pay me for this. 1 hour counseling, huh?
Yes.
at US rates.
Yeah. Dollars, of course, 150, yeah?
नहीं महाराज जी, every psychiatrist is
Maharaj
like
ji said-
$500, $600.
No, 150
वो
start
zero लगाना है.
with Mangala Charan 150. Acha, anyway. We all got so inspired by hearing from our most worshipable, one of the associate of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one of the associate of Radharani, and equally associate of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, one and only one who brought Krishna consciousness in the Western world and delivered the entire universe and made everyone absorbed in Krishna. And with his compassion and mercy, he made everyone Krishnized. He's none other than Srila Bhaktivedanta
Swami.
Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, right? Such a prominent acharya. Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Gosai Maharaj, he said, Swami Maharaj is Shaktavesh avatar. He is infused with all the potency, Because if the potency of Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami would have not been present in him, it would have been not that easy to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. So all credit goes to him for this. And today we all, most of us, I would say, we are in Krishna consciousness practicing somehow because of the compassion of this great personality. Some came by reading his books, some came by seeing his documentary, and I'm one of them. Being a college student, just watching his documentary, the Hare Krishna documentary, I was so amazed and surprised. How can be any saintly person of this age, means elderly, advanced age, coming to America and with so much trouble, taking so much trouble and preaching Krishna consciousness, selfless seva, unconditional surrender, without any condition or without any expectations in return, right? Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He attracted everyone with a very nice big slogan: chant and be happy. Yeah. What to chant? And what is be happy means? This is something very significant. So whatever Acharya says is always backed by some scripture. Even so, the name of his establishment is International Society for
Krishna consciousness.
which is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. A verse in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu which says, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Kriyatam Yati Kutop Labbet Tatra Lolya Moolam Ekam Janma Koti Sukritana Labbet. While reading and meditating on this verse, he named his society. Understanding the meaning of this verse by Rupa Goswami. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati. You can purchase everything in this material world. You can go to any mall and buy anything. But one thing which you can't buy anywhere else is what? Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati. The association of those who are totally absorbed in Krishna Bhakti. One who has no other intent or motive and aim and object of their life. The only aim and object is Krishna Bhakti. How to achieve this? What is the price to be paid for this? Tatra lolyam moolam ekam. Mulya means mulya matlab? Price. Moolam ekam, only one, is lolyam. That means greed. And similarly, he advertised this slogan in that era when everyone was suffering. Parents were suffering, people were suffering, citizens of the country were suffering, and the population of entire world was suffering because of ignorance, being unaware of what is the happiness means. To find happiness in every source of enjoyment was leading to depressions. Because every happiness goes to saturation, and after saturation it declines. Every, in a very bad word, say damn happiness. Every happiness goes to saturation and it turns to unhappiness. It declines, it fades. So, everyone was wondering, what is this Swamiji saying? Chant and be happy. And what is there to chant? Not any ordinary syllable from this material world, but something which is very potent and descend from the spiritual world. And a personality who belongs to that spiritual world, he brought this in this material world. The personality from spiritual world means Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What he brought? Golokera prema dhana Hari nama sankirtana. What he brought? The wealth of Golok Vrindavan. And what is that wealth of Golok Vrindavan? Harinam Sankirtan. Really? In Golok Vrindavan, do everyone perform Harinam? Yes. What kind of Nam Sankirtan? Even Krishna is performing Nam Sankirtan there. The gopis, Radharani is performing Nam Sankirtan there. What Nam Sankirtan? Krishna always chanting Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Srila Bhakti Thakur is saying, Radhe, Radhe, Vali, Murali Dakibe, Madhya Ishwari Nama. Krishna is playing on a flute. And what is blowing in that flute? The name of Radharani. And he gets so much credit and glorified all over that he holding a very beautiful instrument which is killing everyone. Not that Sudarshan Chakra.
Okay.
Sudarshan Chakra was in Dwarika. But in Braj, he's holding flute, which is also killing. Yeah? Killing means making everyone captivating with his flute song, Venu Geet. Making people faint. Those who are hearing this, they get inert. Their senses can't move. They get senseless. This is equal to killing. But sweet killing. Yeah. So, he's chanting the name of Radharani in that flute. And that's why the flute song of Krishna get glorified everywhere and attracting everyone. How is getting so much good and nice melodies in that flute? It's not because of his blowing from his lips. This is from the Ras Vichar. So there are two kind of understanding. One is called Tattva, another is called Rasa. If you try to mix together, then becomes Khichdi. Khichdi means put everything together. It's easy to cook, easy to eat, and good to digest. So from the Tattva Vichar, Krishna plays on flute and he's very expert in singing. He's Vidagdha Shiromani, he knows all the arts. And he's very good musician, he's very good dancer, he's Natwar, the best of all the dancers. But from the Ras Vichar, it's not about the glories of Krishna playing on flute. It is the ankle bells of Radharani. When she walks, the echo of ankle bells of Radharani get echo in the flute of Krishna. And the sound from those holes of the flute get resounded, and Krishna get all the credits. He's playing the best flute. But actually no credit to him. The credit goes to Radharani. The jingling of the ankle bells of Radharani get echo in the flute of Krishna. This is Ras Vichar. And therefore in Golok Vrindavan there is Nam Sankirtan. Krishna always chanting Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. You believe or not? In standing in Radha Kund, praying for the mercy of Radharani, Shri Krishna is chanting Radhe, Radhe. While in separation from Radharani, coming on the bank of Jamuna, at Imli Tala, he's sitting under that tree and in separation from Radharani calling out Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. But not just calling out Radhe, a very specific and special word. The name of Radharani is Hare. है ना? That's very, very special. Why not Radhe? Krishna chant Hare. And what is the meaning of Hare? Oh Radhe, you stealing my mind. You stealing my heart. You stealing all my qualities. You stolen everything of mine. Therefore, instead of calling out Radhe in a very special sentiments, is calling out Radharani as Hare. Glorifying Radharani, one who steals my mind. You know? One who steals my heart. So he is chanting Hare. On Radharani on the other side, she is always uttering Krishna, Krishna, day and night, just Krishna. This is the wealth, this is the sampatti of Golok Vrindavan. And who is creating this? The personification of that names means Radha, Rani and Krishna. They are producing this in meeting and in separation. This is the wealth of Golok Vrindavan. This Mahamantra descend from Golok Vrindavan. Golokera Premadhana. This is the wealth, not ordinary wealth, the wealth of prem. Who can produce that wealth of prem? Those who possess that wealth. And who's having that wealth? Radharani and Krishna. Yeah. So Golokera Premadhan, Hari Nama Sankirtan. But then who brought to this material world? Radha Krishna, they came 5,000 years back. So they just displayed that. What's happening in our abode, we are just coming here on this planet and we are displaying this. Oh, this is a little, semblance of exactly what's happening there. So we want to invite all of you, come there and watch. There's going to be more than this. But here in Vrindavan, only 10 years. But in Golok Vrindavan, eternal, 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 Nitya. And that's why the pastime in Golok Vrindavan is called Nitya Leela. And the pastime which happens here on this planet is called Naimittik Leela. It's not the same. This is philosophical. We are coming to the point. This is called chant and be happy. It's not that simple. It's called sutras. Sutras in English means?
Principles?
No. Sutra in English?
Rules.
No.
Action.
Nahi.
Sutras.
It's like a condense.
No, there's a word.
Action.
I'm forgetting this. AXIOM?
Yeah, axiom, right?
Axiom?
Axiom.
That's axiom.
Yes. It's just like a formula.
Okay.
So, formula is short, concise. But you elaborate that formula, it goes to theorems in mathematics, right? Theorems start with just one formula. X square, Y square, all that stuff. Was too much mathematics. So chant and be happy, just a formula, an expansion of formula is all this Siddhanta. The philosophical, from the Tattva Vichar and from the Ras Vichar. Understand? So who brought that? Krishna came 5,000 years back. He just displayed and advertised everyone. If you want to see, come to our abode. Krishna is very difficult to come. It's not that easy. Crossing so many layers of this universe and then so many other layers. Come to the final, the topmost position, Golok Vrindavan, the location. It's very difficult. Don't worry, I'm going to come again to make it very simple for you guys. Then the combined form of Shri Radha Krishna, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very merciful, he came And then he distribute this Premadhan. Golokera Premadhan. One who belongs to that abode can only bring this wealth. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's Radha Krishna combined form, he belongs. He's the resident of Golok. He's the resident of Shwetadeep. So he brought this Premadhan and then he distributed freely, without consideration. Patra apatra vicharam na kurote nacha param vikshate. One who's qualified or not qualified, he gave access to everyone. Chant this. Chant, chant, chant. But say can't. Many say they can't. But he insisted everyone to chant. You know? Chant this holy name. See, Mahaprabhu brought this. And they started distributing this. But he needs some assistance. Who was assisting him? His own associates. And therefore, one of his prime associate was Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, who was assisting Mahaprabhu. The prophecy of Mahaprabhu said, Prithvi te ache yad nagadi gram sarvat prachar hoibe mora naam. My names will be propagated all over the universe. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada assisting Mahaprabhu in distribution of this. Even if a king, nowadays we are president, but there was a time when there was kings. Even if king has to go out to distribute his treasure, he needs some assistance. He's not going to pull out everything from his treasure house and arranging and distributing. He needs some assistance. His managers. So similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this, and the prominent personality, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, assisting Mahaprabhu to spread this. He found no barriers. Not only within the country, India, he wanted this to get distributed all over the world. And therefore he inspired Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, to go and distribute this. I'm giving you a big bunch of these jewels. Go and distribute. Don't make any considerations, no judgments. Who's qualified or no qualified. At that moment, when there was a hippie culture was present here in America, and they were thinking every other thing is full of happiness and enjoyment, whereas it was giving them depressions.
Eventually.
So, he advertised this, his philosophy, by saying chant and be happy. So when hippies heard the word happy, they got so attracted. We claim ourselves to be hippies, but we can't claim ourselves to be happies. So what is that which can make us happy? Chant. What to chant? Wine? Whiskey? No. This was their absorption in chanting. But Srila Prabhupada introduced that Premadhan from Golok Vrindavan. Hari Naam Sankirtan. Chant the name of Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Moment those hippies and unqualified persons like myself, we came in contact with holy name. What happens when anyone come in contact with holy name? At the example of Ajamil in Srimad Bhagavatam, Mriyaman Harinam Grinam Putrupcharitam. At the point of death, Ajamil, on the context of calling his son, not intent of calling out the Lord. He called out his son Narayan. Mriyanam Harinam Grinam Putrupcharitam. He called out his son Narayan and he got delivered. Just by calling out his son, not Lord. Narayan. 4 Vishnu Dutas came to protect him. And then Ajamil, he went to Haridwar on the bank of Ganga, later stage. And he focused, meditating on holy name, and he went to Vaikuntha. If Ajamil can do this, who have performed so many sins in his life, then why can't we, the most sinners, taking help and shelter of holy name, why can't we get delivered? Where's the doubt? So, Shastra says, Nam no yasya yavati pap niharan harane tava shakti kritoti patakam pataki jana. A most sinful person, a sinner, can't perform that many sins as one holy name can counteract or destroy those sins. How much sin can you do? How much? Let's say every day 12-hour sins throughout life. And the potency of one holy name is so powerful, can destroy all sins from all the birds by one utterance of that holy name. But what is that utterance of that one holy name? We are chanting many holy names. We are doing 1632 rounds every day.
Shuddha.
That one pure name. So chant and be happy. But we are chanting, we are still not happy. Because our chanting, so chant here means specifically that pure Harinam. But the word used is chant. Just like a student of first grade is also student. The student of 10th grade is also student. College is also student. And one who's in university and doing PhD, masters is also student. The word is student. But there are so many difference. There's so much difference in that. Similarly, Naam Aparad, Naam Abhas, and Shuddha Naam. Chanting with offenses, then Naam Abhas, with a semblance of that Naam, and then Shuddha Naam, the pure Naam. They are not all same. This is chant. What kind of chanting? Varies from person to person. What kind of chanting? Naam Aparad. असत्संगे ते भाई नाम कबू नाई अक्षर भैरवे बटे नाम कबू नाई जदि करीबे शुद्ध नाम साधु संग कर भुक्ति मुक्ति वांछा दूरे परिहर. Shri Jagdanand Pandit in Prem Vivarta is saying asassange te bhai naam kabu nahi. You can't chant holy name in bad association. But excuse me, sir, I'm not in bad association. I'm always in good association. But what can be more worse bad association as my own mind, which is just in me, inbuilt. There's the worst bad association. My mind always goes to all directions with a mood of enjoyment. My mind is the worst bad association. I don't have to go out to seek bad association. It's just inbuilt in me by default. So how is possible to chant Shuddha Naam, the pure name, when I'm associating with my own foolish mind? Asasangete bhai. Oh brother, in bad association you can't chant holy name. But I'm doing every day. What is that? That's not holy name. Akshar bhairave bate naam kabu nahi. It's only the words, the syllables coming out. It's not actually the name which is coming out from my tongue. Just syllables. Just the words. What is the difference between mere words and the holy name? So much difference. It's not one and the same thing. Only akshar, the alphabets, the syllables coming out. That's all. It's not holy name. Because the dasham saram hide vitedam yadgarinam harinam deha. When anyone chanting actually harinam, chant holy name, then there is always melting of the heart. Then the tears comes in the eyes. Huh? It bound to happen. Heart going to melt. And tears will flow from the eyes when there is chanting of holy name. But when it's not happening, I'm not saying, Jagdanand Pandit is saying, it's just alphabets, which you're getting something good, but not actually the pure result of chanting holy name. Understand? So this is Naam Aparad. Jadi Karibe Shuddha Naam. If you want to chant pure Harinam, then Sadhu Sangha Kar. Don't associate with your mind. Associate with those who are very wealthy in holy name. Jadi Karibe Shuddha Naam Sadhu Sangha Kar. Bhukti Mukti Vancha Dure Parihar. Two things will go simultaneously. Two aspects. One is, first of all, associating with sadhus. But even that is not enough. In parallel to that, one has to give up the desires of enjoying this material world and the enjoyment of getting liberation, mukti. These things have to be thrown far away. Paritajya, not just tyajya. Tyajya means throwing away. And paritajya means far. Because if there will be wind, it is going to come back again in your house. So, Jadi Karibe Shuddha Naam. If you really want to chant and be happy, then Sadhu Sangha Kar. Associate with sadhus. And also have to give up the desires of enjoyment and desire for enjoying liberation. And it varies from person to person. As much as we are aloof from enjoying our desires, that much proportion we are into chanting or in the process of chanting Shuddha Naam. That's the difference. So chant is not just one word. It comprised of three kind of chantings. Naam Aparad, Naam Abhas, and then Shuddha Naam. So chant and then be happy. What kind of happiness one drives? Not just ordinary happiness. Not any happiness we feel delight in this material world. If I'm starving, I'm hungry, if I get
Quesadilla.
Gulab jamun
and quesadilla.
oh. Mexican
Quesadilla, Mexican. Then wow, it's great. So delicious, right? This happiness. This is one happiness, right? Eating is also happiness. Enjoying sense is also another happiness. And there are many, many areas. But for Srila Prabhupada, what he wants to introduce the word happiness is not just happiness, it is the bliss. Chant and be happy is the bliss. not just simple happiness. Understand? In this one slogan, chant in be happy, it also comprised of happiness one drives in separation. The astonishing feature of Krishna Prem is externally it appears a person is crying and weeping, and internally a person drives a great pleasure which leads to bliss. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed this. ए मात्र दीने दीने स्वरूप रामानंद सने निज भाव करे न वीत बाहरे विषय ज्वाला होए भीतरे आनंदमय कृष्ण प्रेम अद्भुत चरित्र ए प्रेम से ही जाने तार से विक्रमाने विष अमृत एकात्र मिलन ए प्रेम आस्वादन तप्त इक्षु चरवन मुखे ज्वाला ना है त्यजन. Have you witnessed sugarcane juice in Haridwar,
It's the best.
Kotdwar?
It's not good.
Udvar plenty.
Sugarcane juice.
They not that sugarcane juice which they
I
squeeze.
thought so.
No,
It's so good.
it's a process of boiling that sugarcane juice. Have you seen that? It's a hot drink. Hot tea like hot drink. Sugarcane. Not that which you go into a machine and squeeze and you get the sugar. That's not. But they boil sugarcane and it's very sweet and very delicious. So therefore, the example given here, A prem aswadan tapt ikshu charvan mukhe jwala nahe tyajan. It is so delicious and so sweet that one is drinking. If it gets cold, it's not delicious anymore. It has to be burning hot. And when anyone is taking a sip, burning his tongue, but is relishing a lot. And you don't want to give up, because if it gets cold, there'll be no any taste in that. So those villagers, they used to drink this. Mukhe jwala na hai tyajan. They're drinking this hot, really very hot, and relishing the sweetness of the sugarcane. Krishna Prem is like this. This chanting is just like this. Shri Mahaprabhu is saying, Mukhe jwala. If it gets cold, it's not delicious anymore. It has to be burning hot. And burning hot means separation. Only in separation one burns. Separation, viraha. In meeting is a pleasure. But constant meeting, that pleasure also get fade. Therefore, prem, when I'm saying prem means love, not of this material world, but from Vrindavan, that prem of Radha and Krishna. उसके दो पहलू हैं. There are two sides of that coin. One is milan, another is separation. Meeting and separation. Shri Kaviraj Goswami writing in Chaitanya Charitamrita with all these details. If you say this topic is Rasik, yes, it's Rasik, because Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Rasik Bhakt Maj. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Rasik Bhakt Maj. He is the best Rasik who's describing all these details. The prem has two aspects, union and separation. If one goes all the time, it's not relishable. If there is always a separation and there is no meeting, it's also depressing. And if there is always a meeting and no separation, then there is not so much flavor. So both has to be balanced. So who's enhancing that pleasure? What is making the enhancement of that pleasure in meeting is a separation. And in that separation, It can be devotees, it can be Krishna, it can be Radharani and the Braj Gopis. What they do in separation? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is exhibiting this. In separation, crying and weeping. Crying and weeping, rubbing his nose to the walls, scratching the wall with his nails. That is separation. This Mahabhav Dasha. And in chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. What is this chanting? Giving Mahaprabhu happiness. In initial stage, chant and be happy. While chanting, we're driving some happiness. But this happiness is not ultimate. This happiness has to go to the extreme. And the extreme of that happiness is bliss. And bliss comes when there are tears comes in the eyes. One has to cry, not happy or not laughing while chanting. Crying in chanting means you making us sad that we have to cry? Because we only cry when we are sad. No, it's not true. Anna? We also cry when we are in bliss.
Too much happiness.
Too much happiness. Any athlete in Olympics get gold medal.
Yes.
And the name is announced. So and so won the gold medal. It's me. Start crying. Anna? If Braja Didi announced the Miss Universe 2025, and if she heard, if she heard, oh, it's me, Miss Universe, crown on her head, start weeping. Crying for what? Bliss. Anna? People start crying in happiness too. That's not ordinary happiness. So chant and be happy. That word happy here means not just mere a small happiness, but that happiness which is giving us ultimate bliss. In that bliss, it can be devotees, it can be Mahaprabhu, Radharani, Gopis and Krishna. Everyone is actually crying. I don't see anyone who is always very happy and laughing and joking. Along with that laughing and joking, everyone is crying. In spiritual world, everyone is crying. Sorry,
Too late. We are on this train already.
it's too late now. Because you are stuck. How we got stuck? We are looking material world differently. We don't want to get into there, and there is no access to the spiritual world. We are just hanging in between. We are stuck. And only these two people are very happy.
Yes.
Eat, drink and be merry.
Yes.
They're very happy. I was in Hawaii. Our brother Shravan was driving. We are going to, in the morning, we're going for morning walk. And we saw one lady on the roadside. She was totally absorbed in drugs. And she was like, in her own world. Shravan told me, Maharaj, she thinks she's the happiest woman of this world. Because she's not in her senses. And she's driving so much bliss and happiness. Whereas we seeing her, she's suffering on the roadside without eating anything, without getting any clothing, without any bathing, nothing. But she thinks I'm very happy. Intoxicated state. We are also in intoxicated state.
That's why Srila Prabhupada said, stay high forever.
Stay high forever. Exactly. So this is also intoxication. There are many kinds of intoxications. You know? Many directions of intoxication. In that intoxicated state, we believe, we assume we are very happy. But from the neutral perspective of a neutral person, sensible person. And that means Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas. They seeing they are drug addicts. We are intoxicated and we think this is our world. Whereas this is another world beyond this. Right? And in that world, everyone is crying. So if you want to cry, join Krishna consciousness. And if you want to cry more, then join Radha consciousness. She is the one who cries the most. You know? Even Krishna can't cry that much. Let us try this week. Let us try
To cry?
to cry. And let's see if we can fill one bowl with our tears.
I think if you get that hot sugarcane juice, we do cry.
Very chilly, like.
Not possible to even fill a cup with our tears. When Radharani cries,
River flows.
she create one pond.
Yeah.
Consumes her.
Man Sarovar. Man Sarovar. The tears of Radharani. One big pond. This tears of Radharani is the bliss of Radharani. है ना? प्रायवाची शब्द क्या बोलते हैं इंग्लिश में?
Synonyms.
The tears and bliss of Radharani is one and the same thing. Same thing. Externally appearing, she's crying and weeping. But actually she's extracting bliss because the center of that tear is Krishna. And the center of those tears is a love for Krishna. It's a love for Krishna. That makes difference. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibiting these emotions in Jagannath Puri, in a small little chamber, in his quarters, Gambhira. He's just crying and crying and weeping and weeping. And all the associates of Mahaprabhu is crying and weeping. Who is not crying? Just tell me. Narsingh Bhagwan, seeing Prahlad Maharaj, paying obeisance to him, and seeing what Prahlad has gone through so much because of me. I got delayed in coming. Intentionally I delayed in coming. What Prahlad has gone through so much, Narsingh Bhagwan starts shedding tears. Shri Ram, the complete Ramayana is so pathetic. From beginning all the way to end. Pathetic. You know, if you see Ram Leela, my gosh. Ram Leela makes you cry. Because Shri Ram is also crying. His father Dasharatha Maharaj is crying. His three mothers are crying. Sita Devi is crying. Bharat is crying. Lakshman is crying. Shatrughan is crying. Hanuman is crying. Sugriv is crying. Vibhishan is crying. Anyone who's very happy there? Everyone shedding tears. If Sita Devi is crying and Ramji is crying, then what to speak of others? Everyone is crying in spiritual world. Sita ji is in Lanka. Which Vatika?
Ashok Vatika.
Ashok Vatika. Ashok means? What? Electric shock? No shok means no lamentation. There's a name of that garden. And she's exhibiting lamentation there. How is possible? Externally appears lamentation. But by constantly remembering her beloved Ram, her husband Ram, by chanting Ram, this is called chant and be happy. When she is driving that bliss in chanting and remembering Lord Ram, shedding tears, but lone lamentation, bliss is there. Because the center of that center of that lamentation, the center of that love is not ordinary person, is Bhagwan. You know? And in regard to Bhagwan, it says Mangal Bhavan, the embodiment of auspiciousness and the embodiment of all bliss is Shri Prabhu, Shri Bhagwan. So where can be any space, any room for sad or lamentation there? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is teaching us, Atma Nivedana Tuapade Kari Hainu Parama Sukhi Dukhe Dure Gelo Garmi Chinta Na Rahibo Chodi Ke Ananda Dekhi. We don't need heat. Chhod do. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Atma Nivedan Tuapade Kari. Hey Bhagwan, the moment I have surrendered my everything unto you, Atma Nivedan, my senses, my mind, my intelligence, myself, everything, Tua Padekari, to your divine lotus feet, then what happens? Chaudi ke Anand Dekhi. I am seeing Anand, bliss in all 14 directions. Because the center of that surrender is Krishna, is Lord, is Bhagwan. In Ram Leela, everyone is crying. In Krishna Leela, Yashoda Maya is crying, Nand Baba is crying, Devaki Vasudev is crying, Rukmani Satyabhama, all the 16,000 queens are crying. And sleeping with them, with his own wives, Krishna is crying for Radharani. Sleeping with his wives, Rukmani Satyabhama. So surprised. We love Krishna so much, we gave so much love to Krishna, our husband, and he's still remembering Radharani. His pillow get totally drenched with the tears, remembering of Radharani. But what he's getting in return of uttering, remembering, shedding tears, calling out Radharani names, even in Dwarika. Suffering. Happiness. Blissfulness. He wants to cry for Radharani. He chose this. Who can separate Radha and Krishna? He did this out of his own choice. And he wants to Radharani to enjoy more, to get pleasure more. This was the only one aspect, one point of Krishna gone far away from Braj, from Vrindavan to Dwarika, almost 2,000 kilometers. Just on one point, to give bliss to Radharani. When at Prem Sarovar in Nandagaon, how many have been there? Where Krishna is sitting and Radharani is lying on the lap of Krishna, and a bumblebee came. Seeing that lotus feet of Radharani is like a lotus. So bumblebee always sit on the lotus. To extract the nectar from that lotus, the bumblebee approached the lotus feet of Radharani to get some nectar, but Madhumangal, the Sakha of Krishna, carrying a stick in his hand, he chased the bumblebee away and he said, Madhusudan gone. Bhagadiya chased away Madhusudan. Madhusudan means bumblebee, but Madhusudan also refers to
Krishna.
one who is very expert in extracting the madhu, means nectar. Radharani, just lying on the lap of Krishna, heard this, Madhusudan have gone away. She got totally mad. Where's Krishna? Where's Krishna? Where's Krishna? Where is Krishna? Seeing peacock, running towards peacock. Krishna, Krishna. Seeing a tamal tree and embracing tamal tree, considering as Krishna, 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 Krishna. Seeing dark rain clouds, Krishna. seeing everywhere Krishna just by hearing that Krishna has gone away. Whereas Krishna was just present there. This is called what? Separation in union. The union is there, the meeting is there, but she feeling separation. And now she is perceiving Krishna all over. At that point, Krishna gave a thought. Oh, in my presence, in my meeting, she only seeing me and she drives bliss by being with me. But when I'm not present, or when she sees I'm absent, I disappeared, whereas I'm still there, but she feels like that, and she sees me everywhere, and she's weeping and crying, I must give her more bliss and more pleasure. And that can only be possible if I go myself far from here. The only and only one intent, the prime reason for Krishna to go away from Vrindavan, only to give pleasure to Radharani. But externally looks like Radharani feeling pangs of separation, weeping and crying. 108 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. Just few days back, Gurudev sent, there's one post.
Yeah.
You saw?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, I
you were
was-
saying in one.
Very beautiful. I'm going to send to Hemant Prabhu, he will going to send the whole Sangha. Our Gurudev is describing fever in Braj. So in Braj there are 4 prominent kind of devotees. One category is Dasya, those are servants of Krishna. Gurudev said their fever is 99.
Normal.
No, almost.
Almost.
98.4 is normal. 99 is just, touching. So Dasya Ras is 99. Sakhya Ras, which is a little higher than the Dasya Ras, their temperature goes to 102, severe. One start feeling transformations, sickness, don't want to eat anything, don't want to sleep, nothing appears good. Sakhya Ras, 102. When it comes to Vatsalya Ras, Gurudev said 104. What Yashoda Maya is feeling, Nanda Baba is feeling, 104 degrees. When it comes to Braj Gopis, Gurudev said 106. And when it comes to Radharani, 107. 107 degrees. And one more degree, and then Gurudev said Ram Nam Satya, living body. She just sustaining her life only away from one more degree. And who's helping her in sustaining that life with just 1 degree? Her Sakhis, Lalita and Vishakha. And how they are making her survive in this intense, feverish condition? By uttering the name, chant in the ears of Radharani. This is chant and be happy. This is meaning of chant and be happy. Making Radharani alive by uttering, the chanting the name of Krishna in the ears of Radharani. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. This is making that fever subside. Otherwise, she's on 107 degrees Fahrenheit. And if it goes to 108, finish. But Sakhis are not making that happen. Only 1 degree is left. And that one is Krishna. The names of Krishna. This is chant and be happy. This is what Srila Prabhupada wanted to give with all the philosophy. But there was not much time left. So much been done in the 11 years, 14 years. And therefore, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he called upon our Gurudev, Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, when he was in Mathura. Srila Prabhupada was leaving his body and manifesting sickness pastime. And he called his disciples to call upon Narayan Maharaj from Mathura. When Gurudev came to see Srila Swami Maharaj in Vrindavan, immediately he took a hand of our Gurudev in his hands. And he said, I have two desires. I want you to give me samadhi. All the rituals, everything should be done under your guidance. Gurudev said, please don't say this. You have to live a long life. You have to do so much more. He said, no, my time is over. My time is over. So, this is one of my desires. Another is, I try to make hippies to happies. I gave them many training. I gave them a slogan, chant and be happy. But now you have to make them understand what is the higher version of chant and be happy. You have to do this. Direct request. And then our Srila Gurudev, Shri Bhakti-Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, taking this mood of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, this is a mood of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is a mood of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. He came for this reason, to explain what is the meaning of chant and be happy. And this was the mood of Narottam Thakur, Lochan Thakur, all our acharyas. Srila Gurudev took that basket of the orders of all his acharyas on his head and fearlessly, without any hesitation, he spread it everywhere. The slogan, chant and be happy. And this is the extreme of happiness. And the extreme of that chanting, when the names is been putting in the ears of Radharani in the when she is in a fever of 107 degrees. That chanting leads to Radharani's having happiness. That's the extreme. It's called Ash Sattvic Bhavs. You know Ash Sattvic Bhav? The 8 transcendental symptoms, which are very, very special and transcendental in nature, which starts and begins with tears in the eyes. And therefore devotees, they pray for this. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite na Yane Babirira. What's the meaning? You're very fond of singing this. What is the meaning? Out?
When will my body
When the
start
day
to
will come in
shiver?
my life, when
My body will shiver and
my body will shiver and tears start flowing from my eyes. Why you want to get tears in your eyes? You want to become sad? No. This is happy. This is happy tears. It's not sad tears. These are happy tears. So Radharani, she's in that state of unconsciousness which she's driving extreme bliss. Understand? And she don't want those. She don't want any bliss. She don't want to use Krishna Naam, the name of Krishna, for her enjoyment. Krishna Naam is there not to enjoy. Krishna Naam is there to serve. Radharani is not enjoying Krishna. One of the name of Radharani is Seva Rani. You know this? No. One of the name of Radharani is Seva Rani. She serves Krishna. Her every move is a service to Krishna. every move. Her feeling unconscious is serving Krishna. Her beauty is serving Krishna. Her decoration is serving Krishna. Her emotions, her sentiments, her moods, everything is to serve Krishna. Her dedication is to Krishna. Even manifesting sulky man mood is also to serve Krishna. She has nothing else. She don't go after enjoyments. She only runs after serving Krishna and giving pleasure to Krishna. Therefore, one of the name of Radharani is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, one of the name of Radharani is Seva Rani. She is the queen of the service. Seva Rani. The service means the pleasure to Krishna. So Ash Sattvi Bhav, 8 transcendental symptoms, begins with tears in the eyes and ends with unconscious state. Romanch, hair stands on end. The 8th stage is unconscious state. And there's the extreme bliss and pleasure. So, wait a minute. You just said Radharani don't want any pleasure. She only want to serve. But we see she's an unconscious state at Uddhav Kairi. The Sakhis put Radharani on the bed of lotus because lotus is very soothing. And she's having pangs of separation, means burning. To subside the separation.
They're chanting the name of.
No. Put Radharani on that bed of lotus flowers. Lotus petals. So wait a minute. Isn't it she enjoying being in that unconscious state? Whereas it's contradictory to my statement earlier. I said she don't want any enjoyment. She only wants to give pleasure to Krishna. Then why you're enjoying in this unconscious state, which is the extreme Ash Sattvic Bhav? Got my point?
It's also. It's both.
Is what?
It's both.
What both?
The separation is pleasure, and the
इसका
the
बाई
heat
प्रोडक्ट है
of separation is she's feeling bliss.
She's
No.
not feeling bliss. She's not feeling bliss.
Isn't that what's causing the heat?
The separation?
Yes.
Yes. There's a transformation in the body. But she's not extracting any bliss. If she's extracting bliss, then she can't be called Sevarani. She don't want any bliss. She don't even touch any bliss. Her bliss is only service to Krishna. Then why she is in unconscious state? That unconscious state in Hindi is called Murcha. So Murcha is one Sakhi of Radharani. And seeing that Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna, that Murcha, that Sakhi embrace Radharani. On, like putting Radharani on her lap means unconscious. So she should not feel this. She intentionally don't want to feel that bliss. So Murcha, that Sakhi of Radharani, she's helping Radharani fulfilling her desire to make her unconscious. Because she don't want to feel any bliss. She only want to serve Krishna. So in that state of unconscious, her Sakhis are chanting the names of Krishna. So she is serving Krishna by hearing that names. Chant and be happy. Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari.
बोलो श्री राधा रानी की ठीक है everyone should chant and be happy, chant and cry.
I want to say something here.
Yes, please come here.
So,
अभी बोल रहे हो.
Please come here.
no, because this class is so amazing. It's just reminded me of our time with Srila Gurudev. So we joined quite late. So we met Gurudev in 2008, and in 2010, Gurudev was doing a lot of sickness pastime, and he was mostly living in Ardh Bahya Dasha, Antar Bahya
Half.
Dasha, half
Unconscious.
inner, half outer. So, and going to ISKCON, going to Hindu temple, going to kirtans and all that, we always had this feeling that kirtan should be happy, peppy, and like happy mood. But when we were going to Bajar, the kirtan mood in Bajar is crying. Like everybody, like most of the ladies, like if Gurudev walking, they are crying. Everybody was crying. Like Bajar mood was very heavy and crying mood. And so we didn't understand this. And this was like, this is what the whole class is today. And we asked, Radhapriya asked Gurudev, like it was very difficult to meet Gurudev at that time, and it took us a whole day just to have his darshan. But Radhapriya asked this to Gurudev, and Gurudev कि गुरुदेव वहाँ इतना विरह हम तो सुनते हैं ये सब हैप्पी है और वहाँ इतना विरह तो Gurudev was in a different mood, very heavy mood, and he was sitting on a chair and he says हाँ बेटा वहाँ बहुत दुख है वहाँ बहुत पीड़ा है राधा रानी बहुत परेशान बहुत मतलब he was in such a heavy mood that he could literally see and he could literally talk and feel what Radharani is feeling, and he got unconscious, and Madhav Maharaj ji sent us outside, and it took us many years to understand that the real enjoyment, the real bliss is also in separation, and this is what our Gaudiya parampara actually is. There are a lot of different branches where it's all about meeting, but in our Gaudiya parampara, especially Bhakti Siddhanji came to give and make everybody explain to understand, and Mahaprabhu, like the 24-year in Gambhira, is actually in a separation mood. And today class is unbelievable. So it's actually the chant and be happy. Maharajji explains so perfectly today that when you feel separation, because you're absorbed whom you love the most, you're absorbed 24/7. So that's why the happiness is more in the separation mood. So it just reminded me of our time with Srila Gurudev. Maharaj was saying, and I was remembering, and continuously, I'm like, I had to say this. So thank you, Maharaj ji.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful Harikatha.
महाराज जी आपने जो
Very nice class.
I don't want to delay, but there was आपने जो कथा इसमें एक there was one thing where there was little I did not understand, because he said when we chant, we need to be giving up our material desires and chant, right? But you gave the example of Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, the original reason he started was he wanted like a throne that is bigger than the throne that was not given to him, right? So he came to the jungle to chant with a material desire in mind, right? So when did it change? When did he shift focus, and like what happened there? Because that seems like little
Dhruv Maharaj, he received mantra from Naraji.
okay.
That was in Satyuga. Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Even at that moment, he was having material desires. And he came in the forest with the intent to attain a very high throne, or to sit on that throne where never any of his ancestors had ever sat before. That was the only intent. But while chanting this mantra, that too in Madhuban, in Braj,
Oh, it's Uraj.
yeah, and high class Gurudev like Naraji and high class mantra, but still he was addicted to that desire to sit on that throne.
Yeah.
But with the influence of that mantra given by Naraji, he received the darshan of the Lord. And the Lord, he touched his conch on the cheeks of Dhruv Maharaj, where all the bhakti emanated in him. and then he get transformed from that point on. And he gave up that desire. Even the Lord blessed him that Dhruva, you're going to enjoy being the ruler of the whole planet for 36,000 years. Yeah? And after that, you're going to get Dhruv Loka, which never get annihilated at the time of annihilation, never get destroyed at the time of annihilation. That will be always be situated there. Dhruv Maharaj started crying, I don't want this. Kacham vichinpe abhidivya ratnam swami kirtartma asmi varam na yache. I don't want this. I don't want this. I came for broken pieces of glasses, whereas I'm getting a valuable jewel in front of me. It means you. Krishna said, but you came with this desire. I'm there to fulfill akamo sarakamo.
Yeah.
I'm here to fulfill all your desires, so here you go. But Dhruv Maharaj, he don't want you to get this desire fulfilled. He started lamenting, I don't want this. So that was the transition point. After the Lord touched his conch,
On the cheeks.
and he had darshan of the Lord, the bhakti emanated in the heart. And the very first symptom when bhakti comes in the heart is regret. Dhruv Maharaj starts regretting. I came for broken piece of glasses. This throne is nothing. Yeah.
Correct.
We'll hear about this tomorrow. You gave a good point. In the house of Ananta Prabhu, hearing Ananta Leela of Ananta Bhagwan, spoken by Ananta Shesh. Gaur Premanande. Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Shri Radha Madhav Ji ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone. Thank you devotees from Canada. Hare Krishna.